Are you making this huge mistake with your credit score? Are you one of the 67% of Americans that have no idea what real credit score they need to look at? When you're going to apply for a car or a home, or you want a credit card that you want to get because you're going to get some cool travel reward points for it. Whatever it may be, you really need to understand where to find your credit score. And I'm going to tell you right now, Credit Karma is not your credit score. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike the Credit Guy, and I created the most advanced DIY credit management system in the industry. Our system allows you to take control of your credit, creating custom Metro to attack letters every single round, never using templates, for only $55.99 a month. Link is always going to be in the description, and let's get into this video. Millions of Americans across the United States have been convinced that Credit Karma is their credit score. Now listen, stop. Don't be offended. Don't get mad at me. Don't come for me in the comments saying, nah, Mike, it's a starting point. Nah, man, don't hate on it because it's free. Listen, this isn't hate. This is about education and making you understand. Listen, I made the same mistake when I was 26 years old, and my friends were like, yeah, man, that's where you find your credit score, Credit Karma. You can get credit cards, you can get loans. They tell you what your credit score is. I had no idea. That's where I got a First Premier credit card, and I got a Credit One credit card thinking I was like on top of the world, not knowing that these were the worst subprime credit cards I could possibly get. And my credit file will never recover from it because guess what? Those are some of my oldest credit cards. If I close them, it is going to destroy my credit score. So I'm going to go over all of the credit scores that you need to be looking for when you're applying for specific things. So I want you to realize something. Again, we're going to cover Credit Karma a lot in this video, okay? We're going to go straight for the horse's mouth. This is important to understand. Credit Karma is a Vantage 3.0. More than 90% of lenders use a FICO score of some type. The highest FICO score we have right now is a FICO 10T. Now FICO, I believe FICO 11 has already been created. Don't quote me on that one. I wasn't paying attention to that one presentation where they might have covered that because I don't think it's important. Something important to understand. A lot of people freak out when credit scores come out. So they kind of have like FICO 8, FICO 9, FICO 10, FICO 10T. Every single one of these credit scores are very important. Vantage 3.0, basura, throw it in trash. There's very few, or if any, lenders that use it. It's usually a small credit union that will use that Vantage 3.0. Again, very, very rare, okay? But when these FICO 10Ts come out, people start to talk about them and fear-mongering, all these things about what can happen if lenders start using it. I want you to understand a very big thing. It's not up to the gurus or the credit people out there to decide what credit score is going to be used. It's actually up to the lenders. The lenders must adapt the FICO scoring algorithm. If they don't adapt the FICO score, then it's just not going to be used. There's FICO scores out there that you've never heard of. FICO 7, where did that go? FICO 6, who knows? So you have to understand that if it's not adapted by lenders, it's just not going to be used, and it doesn't matter. FICO 10T has been on the cusp now for 2 years. People have been talking about this for 2 years. FICO 10T, oh my God, be careful, be careful. And here we are still. Who's using FICO 10T? Enlighten me, please. As an example, auto lenders are going to use a FICO Auto Score 8. Now, some of them are starting to use the FICO Auto Score 9. Very few anyone uses a FICO 9, so it's weird when they do. But what's important to understand here is dealerships and auto lenders are not going to start adapting a credit score that they cannot get people approved for. So a FICO 10T to an auto lender seems like a nightmare. They're like, man, we're gonna stay over here with FICO 8. We're cool over here. We're not messing with that because they're not going to sell more cars if they can't get people approved. It's just that simple. So as we said, Credit Karma is a marketing site. They're gonna give you a free Vantage 3.0 that no lender is going to use. They're going to draw you in with notifications like, hey, we saw that you have a credit score change. Do you need a personal loan? Hey, we see that you may possibly qualify for this credit card. Would you like this new credit card with 0 APR? Or hey, how's your insurance rate? All of these things are designed to draw you back into the app they're not an actual credit reporting system, and they're not a credit monitoring system. They don't have a direct connection to the credit bureaus, so their data is broken up. But they're gonna try to entice you into coming into the app so they can get you to sign up for something. So this is why it's free. It's not a starting point. It's not a gauge of any sort. It's not anything that FICO is even related to. It's a completely different algorithm. So your FICO score is more important, but there's a lot of things that you also see with FICO scores that confuse you. As an example, the free Experian app gives you a top general score. Your American Express card, Discover card, your Chase card, your Capital One card, every single credit card company is going to give you a free credit score, even Navy Federal, okay? They're all gonna give you a top general free credit score. But unfortunately, even that is not the credit score that lenders use. So that top free credit score is always going to be a FICO score 8, okay? That's the most generally used credit score. But understand that top free score that you see is not what lenders see. And I'm gonna keep repeating it, okay, so you understand it. But understand something. As an example, this is a great example. The Experian app. You can download the Experian app and get your free credit score. That's their big ploy. That's their big thing to draw you in. Because again, they're trying to get you to sign up for credit cards also. They're trying to get you to sign up for all types of things. They're all into marketing. They're all into making money off of you. So again, that top score that you see on the free Experian app is not what lenders see. You need to pay and do the paid subscription for I think it's $20.99 or $19.99. Some regions are $24.99 to see your industry specific credit scores. People always come to me in the comments, say, man, I get my free score from Experian. I don't need to pay for anything. It's not what lenders see, unfortunately. Credit card companies are going to have a specific score. It's called a bank card score. Auto lenders are going to have an auto score. And then mortgage lenders are going to have a mortgage score. These are what we call industry-specific credit scores. People are going to come for me and say, I can get my free credit score at annualcreditreports.com. No, I'm sorry, you can't. There's no free credit score that they give you at annualcreditreport.com. What they do give you is a free copy of your credit report from all 3 credit bureaus once a week due to COVID. They haven't changed it yet, so you can get your free credit reports once a week from annualcreditreport.com. Okay, that's all you can get there. It does not give you a credit score. It doesn't give you a credit score for free once a year. Somebody said that to me in a comment. I'm like, why are you making this up? I've been doing this for a long time. If this is the case, I would tell everybody, but yo, go check out your free credit score. No, it's not the case. And if it was a free credit score, guess what? Unfortunately, it's not an industry-specific FICO score, so it doesn't even matter. It just gives you a generalized score. So let's talk about the specific credit scores that you can find and the ones that you need to look for, which are your industry-specific scores. So again, remember, the most generalized credit score that anyone uses is your FICO score 8, okay? That is gonna be the most dominant credit score that everyone uses. Now, currently, for auto loans, the majority of lenders are going to use your FICO Auto Score 8, okay? There's very few lenders that are using a FICO Auto Score 9. It's not very widely used, so it's really hard to actually find it. Now, you can find all these credit scores on myfico.com. You can download the app, but it is, in fact, the most expensive option. In my region, it's $39.99 a month for me to see all of my FICO scores, okay? So it is not cheap. So again, for auto loans, you're going to be looking at your FICO Auto Score 8, and some lenders, for whatever reason, are using the FICO Auto Score 9, okay? It's not very common, so don't be freaking out about it, but for some reason, you're gonna see top tier lenders are gonna start using that more often. I think they're just testing it out, but the majority of all lenders are using that FICO Auto Score 8 for auto loans right now, currently. Now let's talk about credit cards, okay? Credit card lenders are going to use what's called a FICO Bank Card Score 8. Now listen to that word, bank card score. You see, it's telling you right there. It's for credit cards, okay? Now the majority of lenders are going to use a FICO Bank Card Score 8. Now we have seen people say that for whatever reason, Navy Federal uses a FICO Bank Card Score 9. I haven't seen it myself, okay? I've always seen FICO 8 being used. But also, the one lender that is using the FICO bank card score 9 is going to be the Apple credit card. We have seen people say that in the little letter that they send you, your FICO bank card score 9 is this score. You're like, what? FICO 9? It's weird that Goldman Sachs, which is the Apple card, is using that score, but those are the two lenders that I know of right now that are using the FICO 9. If you know anybody else that's using it, drop it in the comments. Drop some comments in here of any data points you may have of different credit scores that are being used by different lenders, because we want to help each other. It's about building this community here and helping each other out. So drop it in the comments if you know of any other lenders that are using the FICO Auto Score 9 or the FICO Bank Card Score 9. Because remember, credit cards are your FICO Bank Card Score 8 or your FICO Bank Card Score 9. Those are specifically for credit cards. So the most important one of all, if you're trying to buy a home, is going to be your FICO mortgage score. Which one do they look at, Mike? They're looking at your FICO 2, 4, or 5. Those are the three most commonly used for mortgages. The most common one is going to be your FICO 2. It's crazy to think that FICO started all the way back in, like, I think it was 1980 or 1983, somewhere in between there, okay? FICO 1 is where it started, and we're still using FICO 2 for mortgages. Okay, that's insane. So those are the scores that you're going to look for when you're applying for a mortgage. There's only one place that I know of that you can find all of these scores for $1 on a 7-day trial. That is My Score IQ. Okay, you can find your FICO Auto Score 8, your FICO Bank Card Score 8, and your FICO Mortgage Score 2, all for $1 on a 7-day trial in the same location. Once you sign up, you log into the actual credit report section, and it's gonna be right there. People are like, no, you gotta pay extra for it. Like, no, you don't. You do the trial, and it's gonna get you in there. After that, I think it's $34.99 a month. The second cheapest place is going to be the Experian app, okay? The Experian app is going to be $19.99 to see those industry-specific scores, or $24.99 depending on your region. And then the most expensive one is myfico.com. So this is why I tell people all the time, go look at your scores for $1 in a 7-day trial. You can't beat that. Link is always going to be in the description. I'm gonna drop it in the comments also, okay? Can we please stop walking into dealerships believing that Credit Karma is our credit score? I just told you where to find it. Stop arguing with people at the dealerships. I'm like, no, Credit Karma told me this is my credit score. You're lying to me. You know, those videos are all over YouTube. I'm getting tired of seeing, no, I'm not gonna lie. They're very entertaining, okay? They're very entertaining and funny. But let's stop looking like fools at the dealership, okay? Because they're enjoying it. They're laughing at everybody all the way to the bank, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video. We covered a lot about credit scores, okay? I want you to know exactly where to find your true credit scores, because that matters. So if you have anything specific you want me to talk about, drop it in the comment section. Drop some emojis in there so we can get this video going. We can get it out to more people, okay? And please make sure to watch the next 2 videos because they are recommended by YouTube. And don't forget, subscribe to increase your credit score.